What's happening, everybody? Wolfie here, and I just got back from the theater from watching Zootopia, and let me say something. That's a damn good movie. Alright, y'all, so here's what's happening. This is a non-spoiler movie review. I won't be going over major plot points, I won't be spoiling, who's who in this movie, but let me tell you something, this movie is incredible. I'm gonna go over my whole experience and my whole impression of this movie, so you can watch this without worry of being spoiled, guys. Here we go. I'm gonna go over major points and consult the notes I have written so skillfully on the other monitors. So if you see me glancing this way, it's me going over the notes real quick. But here we go. Alright, so here's how it went down. I go into the theater, I grab my big thing of popcorn, the big drink, snuck in some snacks, some candy, because it was like, what, 10 p.m.? I went straight after work to the theater. No one was there. I had the whole theater to myself, so it was freaking awesome. I guess everybody's gonna go see it tomorrow because it's Friday, Friday night tomorrow. At the time of this recording, it was Thursday night when I went to see it at 10 p.m., but it's like 2 a.m. right now, 2:20 in the morning. I just got back from seeing it about an hour ago, so I just wanted to give my impressions while it's still fresh in my head before I go to sleep to get ready for work tomorrow. But yeah, so that's what happened. I got the whole theater to myself. It was awesome. I take a seat, and then the lights dim. One day I'm going to get somebody to handle the lights. So here we are. The next few minutes is me talking about the trailers that showcased before the feature presentation, Zootopia. So if you just want to skip straight to the Zootopia impressions from me, be sure to click at 550 of this video, or click the link here, the annotation here, and it will skip forward to the Zootopia impressions. Otherwise, here we go with the trailers. First trailer up was Middle School, The Worst Years, or something like that. Nah, not very interesting to me. I'm not the target audience for it, obviously. Didn't really seem all that interesting. It just seemed like more of a kid versus higher up authority. Kid versus the principal. We're gonna take back this school and all these oppressive school rules, and wasn't that interesting to me. Next trailer up was the Angry Bird trailer for the Angry Birds movie. For those of you that didn't know, yes, there's going to be an Angry Birds movie. It showed promise, but seeing the Angry Birds of limbs, legs and arms, and it was like, this is weird looking, but it's stylistic. The jokes, some of them made me laugh, but then there were just some that was like, oh, poop jokes, oh, pee jokes, oh, I see. It's that kind of kids movie. So that one didn't really appeal to me either. It got some laughs out of me, but that's about it. Then after that was the Jungle Book movie, the upcoming Jungle Book 3D animation epic remake of the original classic Disney Jungle Book. And it looks like it's going to have all the characters in there. There's a crap ton of big actors who's going to be playing voiceover roles in this. It's really incredible, actually. I really like the look of this new Jungle Book, and by look I mean the story and everything. I like how they're retelling everything. The thing is, the 3D on some of that, it might just be because it's early footage they're showing for the trailers, but some of the CG when the animals are talking, and it didn't look too good. Maybe it'll look better by the time it comes out. That's my only real complaint with the upcoming Jungle Book thing. What they showed us anyway in the trailers, the CG didn't look that great, but everything else looked great. I can't wait to see this new Jungle Book and see Baloo, Shere Khan, Kaa, King Louie, all the characters redone in this epic 3D grand style. It's going to be pushed for 3D, I can tell. That one is very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that sometime later this year. And finally, The Secret Life of Pets. The initial trailer they showed on YouTube that I saw a while back seemed interesting. It was like what do your pets do when you leave the house? And it's like the pets are doing these crazy things. But this trailer showcased more of what's actually going to be happening in the story, and it's your basic homeward bound story, pets get separated from master. We must go travel the city to get back home. You know, that kind of story. So Secret Life of Pets, homeward bound for the new age, for the new generation that didn't get to grow up with those movies. That's what it really seemed like. Kind of interesting. I've already seen this plot many times before. Bolt did it. Disney's Bolt did it, and I thought that was great because it had a whole superhero, you know, this dog thinks he's a superhero twist to it. Homeward Bound, to me, at least that was my first, you know, exposure to that, was the originator of this story. But even though it's probably been done a million times before that, what else? There's just, I've seen it way too many times. Land Before Time, even though that wasn't a pet separated from owner, that was more like we have to find our family or we're going to die sort of thing. Secret Life of Pets, not so much. And now our feature presentation. So Zootopia, this movie had me hooked from the initial trailers they showed, followed by the Sloth trailer, which really made me like interested in seeing this movie. Let me say something. This is one of the best animated movies I have ever seen. Like, wow, this movie is incredible. Like, you're like, oh my god, how can he think such a thing of an animated Disney film? I wish this movie came out when I was a child, because I would have loved this so much. It's incredible, and I will go into what's good, what's bad, and pretty much everything else about the movie without spoiling anything. So here we go. The story of the movie, basic premise of the movie is our main character Judy Hopps is a bunny in a world. Oh, first off, let me set things up. This world is filled with anthropomorphic creatures. Anthropomorphic creatures, or anthropomorphic animals, are animals who stand on two legs and have human characteristics. You've seen it in Sonic the Hedgehog, you've seen it in Disney's Robin Hood, you've seen it, so many different medias have done this before, so this is nothing new. This is one of the, this whole thing ties into the plot perfectly. The plot is animals have evolved from years and years of, I guess, just evolving. Now they're anthropomorphic, they're intelligent, the whole world is run by animals, and the two main species types in Zootopia is predators and prey type animals, right? So you got your predators, you got your lions, your panthers, bigger animals that eat the prey animals, you know, the sheep, antelope, that sort of thing. So the world is basically kind of segregated. It's complicated, but they get into that very early, and they establish really early in the film, you know, what the way the world works, how it's run, who's who, you know, and every character. So we have our main character Judy. She is part of the prey species. She wants to be a cop. This is established early on in the film when she's a child, or a small, you know, bunny. What do they call baby bunnies? Like, I don't know. But when she's very young, she's established this early. She wants to be a cop. In Zootopia, cops are usually the bigger animals, you know, the predator type animals. Not necessarily predators, because there's a few prey types, like, you know, not carnivores on the police force, but the first bunny cop, she wants to be the first, and she does. She makes it into the police force. She wants to make Zootopia a better place, but all the odds are stacked against her immediately. And you see how they establish, you know, just how freaked she is when she joins the police force. They do this super early, and it's done excellently. Enter the second main protagonist, who is part of the predator species, Nick Wilde, who is presented in the trailers as being the smug kind of asshole who kind of gets in the way, who impedes, oh my goodness, I am losing it right now, who impedes on our other main character, Judy's progress. Let me just say, both of these characters are excellent. I love them both. I didn't expect to like Judy as much as I did, but man, you really sympathize and, you know, or should I say empathize? I think empathize is the word I'm looking for. You empathize with her when you see all the stuff she has to go through. They're just such a dynamic duo, because Judy Hopps is this kind of straight man police officer. I want to make the world a better place, and Nick's kind of like this street savvy. He knows everything. He's like, you know, oh, what are you? You're just some sort of, you know, you're not to be taken seriously. You know, go on about your business, that sort of thing. And he's a Joker, and it's like, it's really great how these two have to work together. And I thought it was a great pairing for this movie. It just works. And speaking of characters, there are a lot of characters in this movie. All of them are lovable in their own different way. And the great thing about these characters are, because they're animals, they're all playing up their respective characteristic traits. Like the wolves, you know, they have this thing where they have to howl when they hear someone else howl, and it's played up for laughs really well. And even Judy Hopps and Nick have like their own kind of quirks. Like Judy, when she gets irritated, she'll start tapping her foot, you know, like a rabbit would. And you know, when she gets sad, her ears droop. And like everything about the characters are just played up so well. And it's like you're watching anthropomorphic animals, and you can still see in like expressions and everything. It's so well done. And some of my favorite characters are the head Chief Bogo, I think his name was, and he is so intimidating as like a character. When you see him in the movie, you'll understand what I mean, but he is like a powerfully intimidating character. He's like what you'd expect a police chief to be. Another one of my favorite characters is Clawhauser. He's like this really upbeat, awesome, friendly, adorable receptionist, and it's like every time this guy is on screen, I was smiling. He is like one of the best things about this movie. Such a freaking lovable character. I cannot believe they did such a great job. Like, the moment you see and hear this guy, you're like, okay, I'm on board. He's one of the best characters in the movie, along with so many other great characters. Like the whole ZPD unit. I want to see another movie, like a sequel or a spin-off or something like that, starring all these great characters. They're so cool. I love these characters, and I hope they do a sequel. Like, please go watch this movie and support this so they do a sequel or something. Oh wow, I rambled. Okay, back on track. So basically the story synopsis is this. Judy Hopps joins the police force. She's the first bunny to ever join the police force, because it's like kind of, you know, we can't have a bunny on the police force, you know, she'll get eaten alive out there. They literally say that. It's like, but she joins the police force, during which there's this case going on about these 14 missing mammals who have vanished without like any trace. No one knows where they've gone to, and it's this whole thing. Like, she decides to volunteer herself to look for one of these people, and basically as she's going into this, you know, finding out more about these missing persons, she comes upon Nick Wilde, who is this street savvy like hustler character, and together I'm not going to explain things, but together they wind up becoming a dynamic duo in search of this missing person. And then there's this whole the plot revolves around ravenous animals, and let me tell you something, it's pretty amazing when they go into it. You'll be amazed how they play this whole thing out by the end. And now I want to get into the animation and the graphics. The animation on this is incredible. It looks great. Disney Animation Studios, I don't think this is Pixar, but they did an amazing job capturing this huge, grand, spectacular city. All the creatures that inhabit it, each one has like their own like specific body types based on what animal they are, and it's just everybody looks so varied and different. It's like what you go into a city full of animals and they're all anthropomorphic, what you expect it to look like. You got big animals, you got medium-sized animals, you got large animals, you got the tiny like rodents, and they got like different cars and vehicles and cities for each type of animal. And it's just like, oh man, you really immerse yourself in this world, and you see like the different habitats in Zootopia, because it's like broken up into 4 areas, like the rainforest area, the desert area, the tundra area. It's just all sectioned off, you know, different types of animals. And it's like Zootopia is a place where predators and prey live together, because they've evolved past their, you know, the way it used to be where predators hunted prey. They're all living in harmony now, or so it seems. I'll get more into that later on. But yeah, wow, graphics, animation, incredible. Can't say a damn thing about anything bad about nothing, because there was nothing bad about this animation and graphic wise. Just, I saw it in 3D. I really like that. It was something else. So one of the things I really liked about the movie was that Judy Hopps was already established as being this kind of underdog character. She's a prey animal with big ambitions, trying to live in this world where, you know, kind of the predators run things, you know, the Predator animals, I don't want to say the Predator, like the Predator from the Predator movies, you know, runs things, no. But like you already know how the hierarchy kind of works. You already got an idea of how things work, and it kind of runs like that. She wants to be this cop, and she's being told from an early age, like, bunnies can't be cops. You can't do that. You know, Zootopia is a place where you'll just get, you know, eaten alive if you go out there and try to be a cop. So you just can't do this. She's told she can't do this all her life. And just the way they made that character was instantly relatable with me. Not on the same, you know, level of what she went through, but kind of the way it's done with the animals is like there's racism, not racism, like speciesisms, if that's even a thing. Like, you know, we refuse the right to serve, you know, certain animals here, you know, this is you know, we're prey, you know, stuff like that. And they do a good job of showing the segregation between, like, the different animal types, between predator and prey. Like, the way they did it, it kind of resounded with me because black male, you know, you're expected to act or, you know, be a certain way, and it's like you're not the status quo. You don't, you know, you're not like the stereotype or anything like that, and it's like trying to do something that isn't expected of you and trying to, you know, do you, basically. Like, I could imagine this is such an inspirational, great story for, like, a lot of young kids that do what you want to do. There's nothing you can't do if you don't try hard enough. And that's pretty much the whole story, like, the whole story point of the point of the story. I'm so lost and mixed for words right now because I'm so tired. I want to go to sleep. But basically, you can do anything if you try is the whole, like, message of the movie. And I thought it was a great message, and it just kind of hit home with me because being told all my life that, you know, you don't act a certain way, or, you know, I've never been told I can't do anything per se, but I've been told I don't act a certain way, I don't sound a certain way, all that kind of thing. The message of the movie hit home, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I ramble a lot in this review. Jesus. So, in summary, guys, here's the good. The good, the story, the characters, the animation, the graphics, a lot of the jokes hit home, the soundtrack is really good. A solid movie experience. The bad, there in a couple of points in the movie where there are some loose ends that, you know, you feel could be resolved by doing simple things, but as a whole, it didn't really affect the whole plot. You just feel like there's some points where you're like, huh, well, that could have happened that way, but it barely takes away from the movie. That's really the only negatives I can think of off the top of my head, was just a few minor plot points, but just tiny in comparison to the way the whole movie played out. Okay, so my final recommendation, see this by yourself, see this with friends, and especially see this with family. If you have kids, if you are a kid, convince your family to go see this movie. I cannot recommend it enough. This is a spectacular, great Disney movie. Disney movie. Disney has done it again. They hit another home run. These guys have been killing it lately. And this isn't even a Pixar movie. This is Disney animation. Same people who brought you Big Hero 6 and that other movie I don't want to name. They did those too. Apparently the same animation studio did this movie. But this movie is just, oh my god. I'm on board for whatever next Disney movie is. It looks like it's going to be Jungle Book, I think. So, looking forward to that. If it's anything like this movie, it's gonna be great. Oh, man. So, this movie gets my highest recommendation. I never give perfect scores because no movie is perfect, but this one came so damn close. So, I give this one 9 stars up out of A-. My highest recommendation for a animated film. Go see this movie. If you have any doubts, just go see it. Go see this movie. Support this movie. I hope it does really good in the box office so we can possibly get a sequel, or so Disney sees that, hey, we need to keep doing animation like this. This is great. Go see this movie. What are you sitting here watching this for? Like, you've seen the whole thing. There's nothing more to this impression/review. Go watch the movie. Go convince your parents to buy a ticket right now. watch it. It's so good. Please see this movie. I loved it. 9 stars up out of A-. So good. My name is Wolfie, guys. Be sure to hit that like button. Leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to the Werewoof Reactions. I almost forgot the whole thing I say at the end of every video because I'm like running on low energy here. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already for more videos like this one. My name is Wolfie, guys. Be sure to leave a comment. Let me know if you guys have seen this movie or if you plan on seeing this movie. But beware, in the comments below there might be spoilers. I can't be held responsible for what you read down there. Go down there at your own risk. But if you don't want to leave a comment because you're scared of spoilers, be sure to hit that like button anyway, or come back after you've seen the movie and let's discuss what you guys thought about it. I love this movie, and hopefully you guys will too if you go see it, or you can wait for the Blu-ray and, you know, whatever. It's your choice. Anyway, guys, I will see you all next time. I guess the next movie I'm going to be seeing this month will probably be Batman vs. Superman, or Batman vs. Jesus as I like to call it. We shall see. In the meantime, guys, I will see you all next time. Stay tuned. What a freaking good movie.